Hey guys, today I thought I would tell you a little bit about the basics of sketch writing and kind of what is a sketch, what to look for in a sketch. So if you're ever like watching a sketch in the future, or if you want to write sketches in the future, you can look to this video and hopefully this is informational and kind of fun at least. I'm no expert in teaching sketches or how to write sketches, but I do have a fair amount of experience in writing sketches. Whether or not they're good is another story, right? So maybe first I'll tell you like what is a sketch, how it's written, and then I'll give you an example of one of my own sketches of what went right and what went wrong. Okay. So first, what is a sketch? A sketch is basically just a scene, but with a twist, right? That's kind of like where the funny thing is. In a scene, you're kind of just familiar with it, but then when you introduce the twist, that's when you kind of like get a sense of surprise and hopefully laugh. And that twist is normally called a game when people talk about sketches or improv or whatever. So that game is the different thing, and you want to see where that game goes. Like what can happen in this scene with this weird little thing, right? I tend to think of sketches kind of like an essay. If you think of like a basic 5 paragraph essay, there's an introduction, there's 3 supporting paragraphs, or kind of whatever in terms of supporting paragraphs, but paragraphs that support the thesis that's in the first paragraph, and then you have a conclusion, right? So if we're comparing that to sketches, the first paragraph would be kind of the introduction of the scene. So that's giving you a sense of the setting, kind of where this is, giving you a sense of familiarity with this. Like, okay, I kind of know where this would go in a normal scene. And then your thesis is kind of your reveal of the game, the funny, weird thing that doesn't really fit the scene. So that would be kind of your first paragraph up to the reveal, right? And then your supporting paragraphs would be kind of where this game, this weird thing goes, right? You don't want to get stale with it. And that's kind of the most difficult thing when writing a sketch is like, yeah, I can think of a joke. They're just kind of a dime a dozen, but like continuing a joke and making sure it's funny the whole time without getting like really stale is a difficult thing. So you want to make sure that this joke can find different avenues and stuff, right? So it's just kind of like exploring different things, and you probably want to explore more than one thing so it feels like different jokes in there. And then the conclusion is just kind of like a different joke, probably done in a different way or kind of a new thing that makes it feel satisfying, right? Yeah, so that's kind of like why it's similar to a 5 paragraph essay. And as an example, I'll give. Sorry, someone's taking out their trash right now. As an example, I'll give. There's a sketch, a Rejected Studio C sketch that I posted a few weeks ago. It's by no means a great sketch, but it's a sketch. It'll be titled Rejected Studio C Sketches, Join the Dark Side. So if you watch that, this can be kind of the example. In that, you introduce kind of a normal scene, and this is a scene that everyone's familiar with. It's in Return of the Jedi, where Palpatine is trying to convert Luke to the dark side, right? And then the twist is that the way he's recruiting Luke, it turns out, is like recruiting for a business, not really like the kind of evil, malicious thing that you are familiar with in the actual movie. So the first reveal is like that he has a flyer, right? So that's the first reveal. And then there's a couple more things in there that kind of change up the joke a little bit, but still in the same game, right? So first is a flyer, and then there's like, let's think of other things that a business marketer would do to recruit people. There's like the free pizza if you join on this link or like our page. There's insurance benefits. There's, these different things. And those are the things that I mostly talk about in that sketch. And then as a conclusion, what I decided was fun when I wrote it, at least, was introducing a new character in there that actually did fall for it. So Ben Kenobi, in this case, was the one that fell for this thing. So kind of like, that's still the joke, but it's a twist enough to make it feel like that's an ending. I'm not sure if that's the best ending in the world, but that's something, right? So I think those are some things that made it a sketch. Some things that I maybe would change if I were to rewrite it, because it's been years since I've, even seen that draft of a sketch. I would probably introduce a few maybe a couple more things in the sketch, but I would probably delineate those supporting paragraphs a little bit more. So, people call these kind of things game rests. So here's the joke, and then you kind of try to get back into the normal scene a little bit so that you're giving a sense of reality again, so then those jokes really pop. And I didn't really do that after the first reveal. So that's something I would probably change a little bit. I would also maybe change the way Luke is presented, because he's kind of like on board with the normal marketing, and he probably wouldn't be, because he's Luke from Return of the Jedi, and he would not fall for normal business tactics. So those are probably some things I would change if I were to do that in the future. So if you guys want to see that, I may or may not leave a link to that, but you can find it on my page. I don't have that many videos up yet. Hopefully that was useful. And if you guys are interested in hearing more of this stuff, then maybe I can do like an actual legit React video to maybe to one of the old Studio C sketches that I wrote. Yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video, and give this a like. I'll see you guys later.